Hi, it's me, the Criterion guy. Da, 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 da. I'm trying to think. That's my theme song. I'm trying to come up with some kind of theme song for this show, so I can eventually up the production values, as my brother has so eloquently suggested I do for this series or whatever the heck I'm doing. But for now, it's cheapness and no editing and all that stuff, which I feel is a little bit better. I mean, it it doesn't be flashy. This isn't supposed to be a flashy project. It's just supposed to be me giving you the reviews of such jams as David Lean's "Summertime." Summertime and the lemon is a fish are jumping. Yeah, that's not that. This is nowhere near as awesome as Porgy and Bess. But it's a movie. It's number 22. I believe we're at number 22. And it's, what do you say, 1955? Yep, 1955, 100 minutes, color, monaural, one, blah, 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 blah. So what can I tell you about Summertime? This was a trip. I'm going to sum this movie up in 2 words. Katherine Hepburn. Katherine friggin' Hepburn. If you need to know anything about this movie, just know Katherine friggin' Hepburn. That's all you need to know. So, basically she plays this school teacher named Jane Hudson who goes to Venice for her summer vacation, and she goes with like a bunch of people, and she meets these tourists who are, one guy's a racist, calls them all wops, and then she meets this little boy who's like a troublemaker and acts like a troublemaker, and just goes and has some adventures with him and her and blah blah blah, and she eventually meets this guy who's been following her and owns this shop, and she goes to the shop, and they meet, and she tries to sell her a thing, and he wants to see her again and all that, and so they eventually do, and she's very hesitant about the whole thing, but after a while she eventually caves in and tells him that she loves her. I mean, she loves him. Pronouns. They're not for everyone. So anyway, I told you, this is no editing. I don't want to edit this out. This is part of the review. So anyway, Summertime, where were we? Yes, so she gets all fancy. They're going to go out and have a night on the town, and she finds out through his son that she's married, and he's married, and he has kids, and so she gets all upset, and he's having an affair with another woman at that too, and so but after some hemming and hawing, they finally, I guess they consummate their relationship. For 55, that was kind of ballsy, I guess. I guess it was kind of ballsy. So, yeah, and then she just goes with it, I guess, even though he's married, she goes with it and just takes it as it comes. God, there were some good lines that I wish I could remember, but not as such. But anyway, the summer soon ends, and she eventually has to go back to America, and she has to leave him, and he doesn't want her to go, and he tells her not to follow her to the train station, but at the end he ends up following her and tries to give her a carnation, or not a carnation, a tulip or some flower that she had picked out earlier. He misses it, and she waves from the train for like about a minute, which is the last shot you see, I think. And that's it. Basically, that's Summertime. There's not a lot to say about this one. It's basically just a kind of a romantic thing. I mean, not a lot of, not much else to say. It's light on comedy, but basically mostly a vehicle for Katherine Hepburn. Katherine friggin' Hepburn! Speaking of burn, apparently this is the movie where she contracted some kind of eye disease after falling into this river. There's a shot where Jane falls into the river, and I guess David Lean made her do it 4 or 5 times, and he put this stuff in the water that would make it like fizzle, because I guess the water was too plain or something. I don't know. And so she ended up getting it in her eye, and she contracted this disease that I wish I could remember, that I guess affected her for the rest of her life. So I guess that's what David Lean's about. David Lean is about making sure, is a perfectionist, and he wants to make sure that he gets his shots right, and he's not so concerned about who gets hurt. So how about that? Which is why I'm not too thrilled about seeing any more of David Lean's movies. But he's gonna just kill his actors and actresses, and there you go. I mean, yeah, I mean, if it isn't as far as David Lean's direction is concerned, there's one really nice shot where she finds out that the goblet that she bought from the shop owner / lover, is actually, I guess she thinks it's a replicate because her friends buy a bunch, and there's a shot of the friend holding it up to the camera from her point of view, and it's like this really cool like action shot, or some shot of her. Look, and it's like you see the goblet, and it's like right there, and you see her eyes see the friend's eyes through the goblet, and it's just kind of a nice shot, a little cinematic. The rest of it just is just shots of Katherine Hepburn smiling, looking at the birds, and it's not that. They play a song similar to that famous. You know the song I'm talking about. But anyway, and yeah, there's not much else to say. It's Katherine Hepburn in a romance. David Lean is kind of a jerky director. There you go. Yep, and that's all. We'll just leave it short. We'll keep it short at that. So, what do I give it? I give it an A-. I give it an A- because it was just. I give it a minus because it was kind of boring at times. I'm honestly not a big romance guy, and this was obviously before everything became romantic comedy. It seems like all romance movies are romantic comedies nowadays, but it's very. I mean, I guess Jane's falling into the river is supposed to be funny, but I didn't really get it, especially considering I knew the story. So yeah, but at the same time, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just, if you're into that kind of thing, then by all means, this is a great movie to watch. Check it out. It's great. And like I say, Katherine Hepburn's a great actress in it. So there you go. So yeah, A-. And no supplements, just the trailer. The trailer, which is, like most 50s trailers, pretty awesome. 2 minutes of just the narrator talking, just the scenes, crazy, no crazy editing like trailers are nowadays. And yep, so that's summertime for you. Alright, 23, RoboCop. Oh, this will be fun. RoboCop. Probably gonna get to that one, either tomorrow or Tuesday, so check back very, very soon. And on that note, that's all I got for you tonight. So, good night. Thanks for watching. Go check out the summertime where the living is easy and the fish are jumping in Venice, and the little boys try to sell you compasses or something. I don't know what that little boy's problem was. But anyway, on that note, that's it for me. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you either tomorrow or Tuesday for RoboCop. Goodbye.